Listen, babe, it's those things that are keeping you in the supporting character role of your life because you don't realize that you're the main character that you are. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Christy, and I make content centered around realizing that no matter where we are in life, no matter our age, we are just on time to live the life of our dreams. And we are on week 2 of our 7-week reset and preparing for the new year. So if this is your first video, it's okay. It is not too late. You can jump right back in. Look in the description below for all of the details and click on some free resources and actionable steps that you can use to help as you prepare for the best upcoming year ever. Last week, we focused on letting go of clutter. Just because that happened last week does not mean it's not still happening this week. I am still getting rid of clutter and still making that be a focus. But this week, we're focusing on letting go of that supporting character mindset. She's the friend. She's an important part of the story. She definitely helps to move the story along, but she is not the main part of the story. And whole scenes can happen without her, and that be just okay. That's the thing that you gotta stop doing to yourself. Being a main character in your life is about valuing yourself and taking charge of your life. It doesn't mean that you feel like you're better than other people. No. It means that you love yourself. You realize that you deserve the best and that you don't compromise your standards by settling for mindsets or actions or things that keep you stuck as opposed to helping you move forward in your life. There are a lot of things that show us that we are acting like a supporting character in our lives or actually being the supporting character in our lives rather than being a main character. First, we have comparison. When you are constantly comparing yourself to other people because you feel like they have it all together, that they are doing much better than you, or you're wanting what it is that they have rather than working on what it is that you want for your own life. Talking down on ourselves instead of lifting ourselves up, we actually tear ourselves down. We look in the mirror and we pick apart all of the things that we don't like instead of finding things about us that we do like. Not taking care of ourselves, not staying on top of our health, not moving, not eating well, not doing all of the things that we know, you know what falls into taking care of yourself, and you know if you're not doing it. Being too afraid to go after our dreams. There are things that maybe you want out of life, but you're too scared to just do it, to jump out there, to make that leap of faith and make it happen. And then another way is not setting boundaries around our time, around people who have access to us, about the things that we are willing to accept and the things that we are not willing to accept. And I'm sure there are countless others, but these are all ways that we are acting like the supporting character in our lives rather than the main character. You have to ask yourself, is this something that a main character would do? And if it's not, why am I doing it? Now, why do we do it? We have to figure out why we do these things before we can get to how to being able to fix them. And why we do falls under 2 main reasons. It's either we're feeling inadequate, feeling like we're not enough, or we're afraid of the unknown. When you're feeling inadequate, when you're feeling like you're not enough, there is this deep-rooted, deep-seated kind of mindset or feeling that no matter what it is that you do, that you are never going to be enough. And then we feel like no matter what we do, that it's not going to matter. And so that manifests in how we show up for ourselves. For example, maybe you don't feel attractive, so you don't put effort into taking care of yourself or into making yourself look good because you feel like at the end of the day, it's not gonna matter anyway. Or maybe something else, like a dream of yours. Maybe you have a YouTube channel or you wanna start a YouTube channel, but you feel like it's too saturated and whatever it is that you get put out there is gonna get lost anyway, so you don't even put in the effort into trying. The other thing is the fear of the unknown. Sometimes we are so scared to make that leap of faith because we don't know what the outcome is going to be. We don't know what the next step is. We don't know what people are going to say about it. There are all of these things of what is going to happen if I do this? How is this going to change my life? What does this look like? To level up, you have to do the things that you've never done before, and you have to do things that scare you. I've told you before, but about 7 or 8 years ago, I made the leap of faith to quit my very cushy position where I was doing well, I was getting paid pretty well, and it was what I knew, to be a full-time student again to get my PhD. That was so scary, but it was one of the best decisions that I've ever made because it really pushed me into some of the things that I wanted and dreams that I had for my life that I was far too scared to go after. And it was making that one leap of faith that allowed me to be able to trust myself to make leaps of faith in other areas as well. If you want to see that video, it is linked down below. It's definitely worth a watch. Those leaps of faith push us forward and they show us what is actually possible in our lives. When we don't try it in any area, we won't do anything that is scary. When we stay in our comfort zones, then we never see that other things are possible. And so we never actually get to the place that we want for our lives. Many times supporting character actions fit into both of those categories, being too scared to do what is unknown, but then also feeling inadequate. So for example, you want to get married, you want to be in a stable, steady, committed relationship, but you are stuck with being with someone or hanging out, spending your time and energy with someone who's never going to lead to that. One, because you're scared of, what if I let this person go? Then is this thing actually going to happen? But then also feeling like, maybe I don't deserve this thing that I want. Maybe that thing will never come. Maybe I'm not worth, maybe this is all that I can ever expect to achieve out of life. Or say you're unhappy with where you're working, you're unhappy with working for other people, but you won't do the things to start your own business. You won't do the research, you won't actually make that leap of faith. So you stay in this place where you're not happy and you want something more, but you don't feel like you can do it. You don't feel like you have the skills. You don't know what that's going to look like. So you just stay where you are. Now, how do we let go of the supporting character energy and start being the main character in our lives? First, you got to start by putting some effort into yourself. It is really hard to have self-doubt and be feeling yourself at the same time. Like, it's really hard for both of those things to coexist. When we put effort into ourselves, we start to walk with a whole different confidence because we are doing things that prove to ourselves that we are worthy. It feels really good to take care of ourselves. It feels really good after a workout to be like, wow, I did that. Yes, we could do a 25-step skincare routine. You could do that. You could take an hour-long bath, but I'm not talking about the extreme things. I'm talking about just the basics. Like, go for a workout, get in some movement, get your body moving. Don't just sit and watch Netflix all day whenever it is that you have free time, but get up and move your body and do those things that actually take care of your health. Doing the things that will make you feel good internally, not just be satisfactory in the short term, but the things that are good for you long term. Do things that take care of your mind, whether that's praying or meditating or journaling or getting off of social media and not scrolling for hours at mindless things. Also, handling your basic business, getting to work on time, paying your bills, like all of the things that need to do those things. You can never feel good about yourself or be the main character in your life if you are just not taking care of yourself on a basic level. Taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, handling your business, doing the things that you need to do to put effort into yourself and then prioritize your basic needs. As you are taking care of yourself, fix the things that you don't like. Maybe you want abs, then do ab workouts. If you want to have a business, then work toward that business. Research what those things are. If you want X, Y, and Z, start doing the things to fix that area instead of just complaining about it, instead of thinking about it, hoping for it, wishing for it, but not actually doing anything toward it. The Bible does not say that faith without works is dead for nothing. You have got to put into some effort of what it is that you want out of life before you can start to see those things happening. Next up, don't always be available because other people do not value your time when you're available all the time. You have to strategically say your yeses and say your nos so that it works for you, your time, your schedule, not always for what everybody else needs. Stop answering when that man calls at all hours of the night or sends you that late night text. Stop answering work emails after work or into the weekend. Stop jumping through hoops to make other people comfortable in a way that always puts you out. And sometimes in some situations, yes, of course you have to do that, but always, no. Don't just say no. The other thing is identify what it is that you want out of life and get really serious about trimming the fat and letting go of all of the stuff that does not match that. Girl, we have already talked about the man. If you know he ain't it, let him go. let him go. Stop settling for attention and distracting yourself with things and people and activities and mindsets that add no substantive value to your life. As you are working through letting go of that supporting character energy, here are some questions to ask yourself. First, what are 5 things that I really value about myself? What are 5 things that make me really unique and special? How do I take care of myself on a daily basis? And are there areas where I can improve? In what ways do I allow others to treat me as if I'm not valuable? And then also, what do I have in my life that I don't feel good about? Asking ourselves these types of questions helps to expose where we have mindsets and things in our lives that we need to address. You are a main character in your life, but you will never know it as long as you keep playing these supporting character roles by diminishing yourself through actions and mindsets that show that you don't really place a high value of yourself or what it is that you have to offer. These are the conversations that I have with myself because I have definitely been guilty of playing the supporting character in my own life, and that's just, it's so time out for that. So as always, we have to do that work for ourselves. And this week's activities are really geared toward unpacking that. You can find that here or you can download it in the link in the description below. In the comments, I need you to tell me what is one thing that is really special about you, because girl, you got something real special. What's one thing that's really special about you? And I will put mine in the comments as well. Also, babe, if you're not already subscribed, what's really going on? I'm gonna need you to jump on that. Alrighty, I love you. I'll see you in the comments and I will see you in my Thursday video. Mwah! Go be the main character.